Hey, it's Jason here. I make films, commercials, and television content all shot on my iPhone. Now, because I film on iPhones every day, I know all the camera functions, the modes, and the secrets inside out, and I'm going to share my favorites with you now. Now, of course, we all know tapping the photo shutter will take photos, but did you know a constant press on the same button shoots a Quicktake video? Quicktake videos are always HD resolution at 30 frames a second. Alternatively, press and swipe right to lock the photo shutter in Quicktake video mode, and then press the red button to stop video record and return to photo mode. And you can also use the side volume buttons to tap and hold for another way to access Quicktake videos. Dragging and holding your shutter button to the left enters burst mode, saving a whole sequence of rapid fire stills. In your camera roll, a burst image will show as a little stack of images, or else you can see your burst images under media types inside your camera roll too. When you open up a burst sequence, you can tap select to go through and review each image and decide to keep just one, a few, or maybe even the whole sequence. It's entirely up to you. Believe it or not, ever since 3-lens iPhones came about, your video mode captures sound very differently depending on which lens you've selected to capture video with. In the default wide-angle lens, which is what we're using right now, this is the sound pattern that the iPhone's microphone will record. But listen to what happens in contrast when we start filming video with the ultra-wide-angle lens. We can see a lot more, but we can also hear a lot more. So the microphone pattern is changing. It's actually picking up sound in an ultra-wide angle. So all of the distortions, the echoes, the reflections that are bouncing off the walls are now coming into the microphone too. By contrast, recording video with a tele lens will give us the cleanest possible sound using the inbuilt microphone. Now, this is because Apple has engineered the very one same microphone in between those 3 lenses to behave in 3 different ways depending on which lens you're filming with. So to recap, this is what video captured with the ultra-wide-angle lens is going to sound like. This is what video and audio captured on the wide-angle lens sounds like. And lastly, this is what video captured on the tele lens will sound like. How about that? 3 different video recordings with 3 different lenses using the same microphone but quite different sound reproductions. Who would have thought? You know what it's like. You spend all this time doing image edits on one particular file and you just wish, you dream that you could just copy and paste them to a whole range of edits in an album, right? Well, you can. So take your time to complete those individual file edits, make sure everything's looking just the way you want it to. Click Done, and then go to this ellipsis and select Copy Edits. Next, you can return to your camera roll, select all those images that you wish to copy the edits to. Now you can do this by dragging your finger across the selection, or you can tap individual files. Next, tap the circled ellipsis in the bottom right, select Paste Edits, and watch those exact same image edits being applied to the entire selection. What a huge time saver that is. Now a quick tap through those shots will show the edits applied to each individual shot as per the first. When you are in video record mode, have you noticed the little white button to the right? It's a stills photo button, and tapping it saves photos to your camera roll whilst you are recording your video. It doesn't interrupt your video recording at all, and it's a great way of capturing stills alongside something you really want to have recorded as a video. Now you can capture both same time. If I navigate back to my camera roll now, you can see a video file and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 still photos right after it. Select the image, swipe up, and you'll see the Add a Caption field. Start typing a helpful title or a description in here, something that's going to help you recall that image in the future. Simply tap Done to save. The caption is now saved with the other metadata on the file, such as the date, the time, and the location of the shot, plus the settings that the iPhone has used to capture the image. From this we can see it was photographed with the main or the wide camera. It's a 12 megapixel file, 2.3 megabytes in size. It was shot with an ISO of 1000, an aperture of f1.78, and a shutter speed of 1/50th of a second. Now, rather than scrolling endlessly through your camera roll for that hero shot, you can simply type your image caption or parts thereof in the search field to quickly and easily locate that special photo. When we fire up Pano Mode, we see the white arrow pointing left to right along a guide bar. But did you know that you can simply tap the arrow to make it start from the right side? I know, that's a game changer for your panoramic compositions. You should always long press on the brightest area of your composition to lock your exposure before starting a pano. This will keep your colours consistent as you pan around through light and dark areas. You can also switch between your different focal length lenses to go from ultra wide, wide, right through to tele as well. I normally stick to my wide angle lens when using Pano mode. Most people take a pano photo by pressing the shutter once to start and then another tap to stop. But you can also start the pano that way and then simply tilt the phone up or down to end the shot. It's also possible to long press the shutter for the desired duration of your pano image. Vertical panos are also possible. Just rotate your phone around and tilt up or down for the duration of your shot. Did you know your iPhone's selfie camera actually comes with a crop or an expand setting built in? Let me show you. If I just fire up my camera here and I switch to my selfie camera, hey there goofball, can you see this expanding arrow in the circle here? Well, tapping it will allow your field of view to expand slightly for group selfies, and then tapping it again crops it in tighter for shots with just one or two people. Now the selfie, crop, expand button, whatever we call it, only works in photo mode. Okay, so video selfies, you don't have it, but for photo selfies, it's there. And once you know it's there, I'm sure you're going to use it. Have you played much with Slo-mo on your iPhone? Now, a lot of people that have realise Slow-mo is a great camera function, but not many people realise there's two different Slow-mo settings you have access to. If we navigate to our settings app, select camera, and then select record Slow-mo. In this menu, you'll see that there's actually two different Slow-mo speeds, 120 and 240 frames per second. To compare, this is what normal video capture looks like, and this is what the same video captured at 120 frames per second Slow-mo looks like. At 240 frames per second, action is slowed down 800% and you can really see every movement in detail. When in slow-mo mode, you can select 240 or 120 at the top right of your camera view with a very quick tap. There's an inbuilt tool inside your iPhone's camera software that not many people know about, but it'll really help you level up your shots perfectly every single time. To switch it on, navigate to your settings, then camera, and here you'll find a function underneath composition called grid. Turn it on so it goes green and then return back to your camera view. Now you'll have two horizontal and vertical guides overlaying your camera view. These will help keep your horizons and edges level, plus the grids encourage you to use the age-old principle of the rule of thirds, which is a compositional rule where we try and align our focal point along any of the lines or at their intersection. In addition, when shooting down horizontally, the grid lines also show white and yellow crosshairs. Aligning those perfectly means you'll be looking exactly straight down. Very handy for flat lays or those foodie shots. Feel free to subscribe and follow my regular tip videos here, and until next time, stay creative, legends.